Good morning, Highland High School Choirs. It's Thursday, March 18th. I'm here at Buckeye Woods Park. It's pretty far southwest in Medina County. Used to take my kids here when they were little. It's kind of like in the Cloverleaf District, and we can see them here in the morning with the beautiful sunrise. Though I must admit, I was a bit late. It's not 7:30, it's more like 7:45. And so being late made me think of time, and I'm thinking musical time periods. Time periods and music history is something I haven't talked about much in choir. I'm not a really good music history person. Mrs. Gammon, our orchestra director, is really good at it. But I should give you some basics, especially even knowing the names of the time periods and what order they come in. And so the names of the time periods, we can remember that there's medieval, then there's Renaissance, then Baroque, then classical, then Romantic. And it would be good to know a composer or at least a style from each of those. So as a choir person, when we think medieval, just think Gregorian chant. And this is like 1400 and earlier. So medieval Gregorian chant. Then comes Renaissance. And Renaissance, I have some notes, about a 200-year period. We're going to say 1400 to 1600. Know that these years are going to be different everywhere you look, because it's not like it changed from a Monday to a Tuesday. Monday was medieval, and then suddenly Tuesday is Renaissance. There's transition. So medieval first, think Gregorian chant. Then after that, Renaissance, a lot of choral music, but we might not know any names. My favorite name is Thomas Tallis. Thomas Tallis is from that time period. He's from Renaissance. Then comes Baroque. You're going to know some names from Baroque, especially late Baroque. The late Baroque, you'll know, is Bach and Handel. So when we sing Alleluia Chorus by George Friedrich Handel, that's late Baroque. After Baroque, we go to classical. You would know Beethoven and Mozart from the classical period. After that is Romantic. You might know Tchaikovsky or Chopin. And then finally, there's present day. Sometimes it's called modern, sometimes it's called contemporary, sometimes it's called 20th and 21st century. And you might not know any names from there. Holst, we'd probably know. The Planets by Holst, that's a really cool thing, especially if you listen to Mars from the Planets. There's a lot of stuff in there that John Williams kind of used for Star Wars. It comes from Holst the Planet. Anyway, he's 21st century. So, time periods and things. As a review, before you go to the Google Sheet and fill things out, we go to our earliest one, medieval, Gregorian chant. Then after medieval, you can go to Renaissance, choral music, Thomas Tallis. After that, Baroque, late Baroque are people you know, Bach and Handel. After that is classical, think Beethoven and Mozart. Also, that's when we started to have piano instead of harpsichord. So you listen to some music and you think it's old, but you hear piano, chances are it's classical and later, because before then it was harpsichord. And then Romantic, we have Tchaikovsky and Chopin. And then finally present day, and you can think of Holst the Planets. Try to remember any of that stuff and then tell me on the Google form. It's a beautiful morning. I'd encourage you to go outside when the weather's nice, just to give yourself some variety while we're here. I guess that I was late. You know, I might be on out of school suspension for being late. We'll see you soon.